Good morning, people. Different camera today. As I said, I was going to. I hope the picture and I hope the sound is good. Give me a wee second. I was lighting the candle on the naughty step and spilt some wax in my hands. Anyway, with this candle, you can see the naughty step clear, but you can't see Charlie Cat lying on the table. It's got a narrower focus. But hey ho, I hope this one suits you. I'll be using it this morning. I might swap out this afternoon, you never know. Anyways, we're coming up on the third birthday of the channel. We'll get Facebook on board. We're up on the third birthday of the channel. So this afternoon the format will be different. And it'll be a Q&A. You ask us, I'll tell us what you want to talk about. And we'll waffle. Okay. Hi Kirsty. We'll go on to who's on in a minute. The privacy, public, save. It's interesting that when I broadcast from my phone, Facebook makes my videos public right away, but when I do it from my home-based computer, I've actually got to change it to public. Anyway, that's Facebook on board. So I was saying, Saturday is the actual third birthday of the channel, but David and I don't broadcast on Saturday. Although Sarah and I maybe do a food review this weekend, you never know. Just depends on where we are when we're out and about. Anyway, morning folks, first the Facebookers are in. Melanie, Doug. Anyway, Cindy Truck Davy out the truck, not home, in his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where it's a beautiful morning and 4 degrees at the moment, pretty chilly, but it's a lovely clear morning. I've got the curtain shut, it's so bright, and I've got the big light on, so the quality of light here is better. Anyway, I hope there's no technical problems this morning. Apparently the mic on this particular camera is clearer, which is good. Good morning, Jane. How are you, my dear? Nice to see you there. Anyway, let's get this broadcast underway. Shall we? First up this morning, I have said what the weather forecast is, so first up this morning, that's the weather in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire. When it's like where you are, look at your rain, bloody windy. First up this morning, we'll get the Herald. We'll put it up. And what the Herald's going to say for itself this morning is there were successes, including huge electoral victories and the Scottish Child Payment, but given Nicola Sturgeon's undoubted talent, there should have been many more. Goodbye to all. And this is the news that Nicola Sturgeon has decided, after going through the vetting process, that she isn't going to run in the 2026 election. Great loss to the Parliament and a huge loss to the party, because apparently she's quitting the party as well after 27 years. And of course it gives long-time members like myself time for reflection. And I'm not quitting the party. I'm not quitting the party. And I'm not quitting my belief that Scotland would be better if we leave this fucking union. Anyway, we're talking about an naughty step there being much clearer. You can also see the nice cone clearer, which was given to me by the Indie Grannies, and the wee turd there next to the candle holder that Jillian made for me. The wee turd represents the union and how crap it is. Alright, second up this morning, we're going to get rid of that bloody thing. Second up this morning will be the Scotsman. And a lot of the papers today are covering Nicola Sturgeon's departure from frontline Scottish politics. And as you expect, the unionist papers don't half give it shit. Anyway, the Scotsman has Sturgeon's relief as she reveals end of era. Former First Minister leaves legacy to be judged by others. Well, I think her legacy is absolutely phenomenal, folks. Highlights for me: guidance through the pandemic, Scottish Child Payment, the rearranging of children's care in Scotland, especially in residential care, and generally The progressive social policies, the tax, the new tax system, all that, it's all really Nicola's doing. Even when she was under Alec, a lot of the policies that come through with Nicola's doing. It's a huge loss. And as the story broke yesterday, and I thought, okay, stepping down, she could always come back. But apparently she's leaving the party and she's leaving Scottish politics altogether. It'll be a huge loss. Right, let's move on. Next up, we have the Rancid. It has former First Minister to leave Holyrood, Sturgeon quits. And then we have the other scumbag paper, the Murdoch Rag the Sun, and it's got Sturgeon to quit party after 27 years. So long, Nicola. The Fail has, this is the Mad Unionist paper, so this is when the attacks on Nicola start. Okay, this is where they talk about the best statesperson that the UK has seen in decades as a failure. Sturgeon quits under shadow of SNP cash probe. No, she doesn't. There'll be no charges brought against Nicola, and the ones against Peter will be dropped. Simple as that. 2 million quid in 3.5 years to come up with fuck all. The Crown Office has now had the police findings for about 6 or 7 months, and they've sat on it and done fuck all with it. Nothing. Nicola doesn't leave under a shadow at all. Nicola leaves with all her gratitudes. All her gratitudes. And we'll thank her for 20 years service. Next up is the other right-wing English loony rag printed in Scotland. The Express. What's the Express quote for us? I can assure you it's not going to be very flattering to Nicola. And Scotland's former First Minister announces decision to quit frontline politics. Sturgeon's legacy of betrayal, failure and division. Betrayal? I guess that's the Alex Salmond saga. Failure? Don't remember many of them. Even the ones that have been trumpeted as a failure, like there's something like 417 BBC articles on the ferries, when there's only been something like 4 or 5 articles on the failures at Network Rail, at the Crossrail, the London sewage system, HS2, Ajax tank, a Hinkley Point, Trident. But we'll get a wee bit more of that when we talk about Scotland's deficit shortly. Because I was looking at it this morning as I went through it, and almost 60% of Scotland's deficit is for UK-wide projects, which were classed as national importance, that Westminster fucked up and ran out of budget. Not just by billions and billions of pounds, but by fucking decades. Well, we'll take that loony rag down. And next up, we have the Times. We'll get the Times up for you folks. And we'll see what the Times has got on its front page today. We're on a roll. We're getting them all first time here today. The Times has Starmer racing to secure US deal before blanket tariffs kick in. He's not getting a fucking deal. And you can't hurry such a thing. It takes about a decade to put together a comprehensive trade deal. So there's a bollocks headline for you to start with. And the main headline, back peace or I'll ruin you, Trump tells Putin. I don't know how he's going to manage that. Everybody's is rushing under sanctions for fucking years. What did they? Increased the size of BRICS and diverted their trade away from anywhere in the West. So the idea that Trump will ruin Putin is a lot of bollocks. They've been trying since the start of the Ukraine war. All that happened is the size of the BRICS bloc get bigger. And out of the 22 or 23 countries that are involved in BRICS, whether it be permanent members or associate members, they've got more than 2/3 of the world's population in BRICS. Bigger market. So Trump's got fucking no chance of ruining Putin. And the byline on this one, the other byline on this one is for fatter, for worse, men put on weight once wed. Somebody should tell my wife. I've got bloody skinnier since I get wed. Maybe it's because she's no feeding me. I better not say that in public, she'll batter me. Oops, just did. Anyway, what's the Telegraph got for us this morning? Shall we have a look? Because that's what's next. And this is the one that really had me fucking laughing. And I mean it. I mean laughing. The headline's a cracker, by the way. The Telegraph. I'll tackle flabby state, vows Starmer. And apparently Starmer tells the Telegraph that record tax and spend has failed to improve frontline services, PM tells Telegraph. Record tax and spend. What they mean is record tax and fucking mismanagement. For the PPE saga through the pandemic to all the other ones I've told you about. Now, I'll give you an example. London Crossrail overspend of 4 billion quid. It went from 14.6 to 18.1. And that meant that 1.8 billion of that was laid at Scotland's door. So there's 1.8 billion of the deficit there. That's a completed project, by the way, except for one railway station. HS2. It was supposed to cost 9 billion, jumped to 30.5 billion. It's now on 90 billion. And climbing, 9 billion cost the build time to Scotland. Now, God knows how long it's going to take or how much more that's going to cost. But we get a 10% share of it. So it's been on the go now since 2020. And we're 3, 4, 5 years in. And Scotland's been whacked with 90 billion quid so far in bills. That's all added to our deficit in the JERS figures, folks. Right, Hinkley Point. Initially it was going to cost 20 billion. We're now at 46 billion. It's no due to be completed until 2029-2030. If then, because EDF says there's been more delays. And as I say, over the lifetime of that project, it's going to cost Scotland 4.6 billion. 13 years apparently. So when you divide 4.6 by 13, it runs in about 800 million a year onto Scotland's deficit. Ajax tank, for example, 5 billion so far, not a fucking vehicle on the road. Project's been gone for years now. It's costing Scotland something like 200 million a year. Trident renewal, 205 billion so far, and it's not complete. It's not been renewed yet. We're on 246 billion. And of course, when you break it down into years, that's costing Scotland about £1 billion a year and all. That's all whacked onto this so-called £19 billion deficit. In fact, when you look at the failed so-called projects of national importance across the UK, about 10.6 billion of Scotland's annual deficit is piled on by Westminster failed fucking projects that have run over, have cost more, and some of them will never be completed. Never. Unbelievable. So about 10 billion of Scotland's so-called deficit. Remember, we can't have a deficit because we don't have any borrowing powers and we have to balance our budget. But apparently our deficit's running at 19 billion. Well, that 19 billion all comes from Westminster. Every last fucking penny of it. Failed. And that's why Westminster's represented back there next to the naughty step as a tub. Because that's what it is. a fucking turd. The most corrupt parliament on the whole fucking planet. Makes Donald Trump look like a rank fucking amateur. A rank amateur. Anyway, that's only a handful of projects, folks, that I've read out. And there's 10 billion of Scotland, well, about 7 or 8 billion of Scotland's annual deficit there in they fucking projects. I could have went deeper. We'll probably find that about 12 billion per year as in fucking projects of national importance that Westminster has made an absolute fucking arse of. We haven't even spoke about fucking PPF or PF projects. Public finance. Fuck's sake. Anyway, next up's the National. Let's see what the National's got. No doubt it'll be a tribute to Nicola. Right, end of an era. Leslie Riddoch. Sturgeon's legacy remains unwritten. Now, don't worry, it'll be written at some point by some unionist bastard, and it'll be a fucking slaughter case. And Kelly Given, former First Minister, was a trailblazer, so she was. And SNP MP, UK must rejoin EU as US tariffs hit home. Trump, an unreliable ally who has hammered UK. Newsflash, SNP MP, you joined the ranks of the fucking idiots on the naughty step this morning. Because the EU won't let us back in at this point in time, because there's no consensus in the political establishment in the House of Thieves and fucking carpetbaggers. We'll take that down. Next up, we have the I newspaper, which the I got for us this morning. Chris, we're motoring through this morning. The I newspaper has, I'll need to shrink that down in size, folks. Benefit turmoil in number 10 as Labour MPs fight Reeves' plan to cut welfare. Now, I'm going to blow it up so I can read the smaller stuff. Treasury proposal may now be watered down after outcry from party. Chancellor is planning to cut sickness and disability benefits in her spring statement, but sources say reforms are yet to be nailed down as she seeks to avoid a repeat of the winter fuel controversy. Didn't fucking stop her from doing it. But as usual, nae boss, establishment owned, punched down in the fucking least of us. A society is measured in how we treat the least of us. Well, guess what? This society's fucking failed. Apparently, anxious Labour MPs are pushing for change to draft welfare policy to safeguard most vulnerable. Safeguard most vulnerable? Fuck all. The two establishment parties, the red Tories and the blue Tories, go after the vulnerable because they're fucking mates. The 1% or 7%, whatever you want to call them, they finance them. And they have great influence on policy. Whereas us who vote on manifestos, expect those manifestos to be carried through, get misled. So much for an end to fucking austerity, settling the waspy women, ending the 2-child cap, saving Grangemouth, GB Energy. The Scottish people have been lied to fucking left, right and centre by these fucking mugs. And there's still a bunch of knuckle draggers out there, like those who support Reform, Labour and Tories, who will march into the ballot box and vote for these fucking idiots. Apparently government is panicking and could make small changes, says one MP invited to Downing Street. Small changes my arse. The plan is, those who can work will get increased benefits to get into work and support them in work, whereas those who can't work will have their benefits cut or taken away. That says all we need to know about the House of Thieves and carpetbaggers. Hit the easy target, line the pockets of their pals. Fucking sickening. Ministers want to persuade people back to work by increasing benefits for those fit to do so while cutting payments for those who are not, as Reeves seeks to plug a further 11.5 billion hole in her finances, and it's a fucking black hole that she created. She created because she shrunk the tax base We have fucking stupid changes to national insurance. And of course the changing of the level where people start paying it. Employers are shedding fucking employees like a duck shakes off water. It's a fucking shocking state of affairs. And yet there's money for the war machine. There's always money for the war machine. If you take the 3 billion that's been pledged for Ukraine, it doesn't go to Ukraine. It goes to UK-based arms manufacturers. Ukraine gets fucking bombs and bullets. The vast military industrial complex and their shareholders get fucking richer as blood is shed right round the fucking planet. It's an outrage. And as you can hear, folks, I am outraged. I am well angry. I am not impressed. Better have a look at the comments, in case I've missed anything this morning. I don't want to miss any super chats. And if there is any, sorry I missed them. Oh, there's one there for Duncan McCretcher. Hey, good morning all. I thank the brilliant Scottish NHS. I had an operation on Tuesday for an aneurysm. And you were home on Tuesday. Fucking hell. Man, science has evolved. Medical science has evolved since I was a boy. Duncan, the community here, as you know, you're part of it. We wish you the best, my friend. And we've got some new members of the community, folks, so we'll make them feel welcome. But Duncan, you have all our best wishes, as you know. And we hope you're feeling much better soon, mate. That's amazing. In and out in one fucking day. Wow, with an aneurysm. Amazing stuff. Right, we're all the way up the top. And Duncan, thank you very much for your donation. Stephen, happy 3-year anniversary and a wee bit for the baby food banks. Thanks very much, Stephen. Unbelievable. Right, next up's a Metro. This one's a cracker. Wait to see the way this describes Starmer. Fucking no real. The Metro. Share. Export chaos, but pragmatic PM holds fire. Deal or no steal. Anger as Trump tariffs start. But Starmer's holding out for UK-US trade agreement. Actually, that's bollocks. Starmer's hiding under a bed, shiting himself. Why? Because the UK was already weak. It was afloat because of Brexit in a big wide world with an ocean full of fucking sharks, and it's a Goya cap. The UK is a minnow, and you were warned it was here to be preyed on. Well, it's fucking started. It started. And while Europe hits back with like-for-like tariffs, as Mexico hits back with like-for-like tariffs, as Canada hits back with like-for-like tariffs, this prick, he's hiding under a bed, the coward. Hasn't he got the neck or the spine to stand up to Donny? Why? Because the two establishment parties have put the UK in such a weak fucking position that it's just there to be picked off. And that's exactly what's going to fucking happen. In 10 years' time, if there is a UK-US trade deal, you can bet your arse you won't have an NHS to go to. That's for fucking sure. And that doesn't matter whether it's going to be the red Tories, the blue Tories, the yellow Tories, or the reformed Tories. In fact, we better take the word Tory out and insert fascists. Shall we? Shall we take the word Tory out and insert the word fascist. He's not much of a fascist that the only people he can actually hammer down on are the least of us. And apparently we're all fat bastards and he's going to sort that out and all. PM insults UK population while battering the least of us. If that's no fucking fascist, what is? So I don't think we'll call them red and blue Tories anymore. I think we'll call them red, blue, and blue fascists. Because reform use the colour blue as well. So we've got two blue fascist parties and one red fascist party. And thanks to the English people, whose education system is fucking failing, that's the position we're in. I'd like to say independent, you argue yes yet, but John's no. Nicola's gone. Don't know what Flynn's doing. But Scotland's fucked, folks. It's lacking leadership. It's lacking drive. And there's roadblocks being put up to independence by the SNP themselves. Okay. But we remain optimistic that something will fucking change. We remain optimistic that something will change. So we do. Scotland does need it, Lorraine. But you and I have been banging this drum for fucking decades now. And we'll continue to bang this fucking drum because it's the right thing to do. Alistair, thank you. Hi all indie people, hi David McGuinness, hi all. Have been listening as working on a job. Congratulations on 3 years of excellent work. Funds for baby food banks. Thanks very much, Alistair. I have to say, as a community, folks, you are the best. And it's the reason I get out of my bed every morning and do this. And those that used to follow me on Facebook will know I've been doing this for multiple years now. I think I've been broadcasting live now for 5 or 6. And I was recording programmes and putting them out for a couple of years before that. So, in fact, I was looking at it and I started recording programmes at the end of 2015, beginning of 2016. So I've been doing this for a decade now. A decade. Class action. This is definitely one I'm going to put up. The supermarket middle manager, aka Swinney, isn't the right person to take us to independence. Well, we've all been saying that. You see, fucking hell, a decade now. And I've been in this fight for fuck knows how long. Ask Lorraine or ask many of the rest of these. We've all been around a long time now. Right, let's see if the stars get in to cheer us up today, shall we? Well, it cheered me up because I'm not a betting man. So here we go. The star. What's the star got for us a day? The star's got the Cold Cup snow at races. What are the odds on that? Well, apparently it snowed down there yesterday, a freak snow shower. But I was looking at the weather forecast for the weekend of the Gold Cup down there at Cheltenham and the surrounding area. And there isn't any snow in the forecast. But as I say, there was a flurry yesterday, a freak snowstorm in that area. So you never know. You never know. And apparently the Stars giving everybody a £3 free bet with William Hill. Actually, William Hill's giving people a £3 free bet in the hope they'll go in and bet on other things as well. But the Stars advertising it. And Millie Bobby Blonde. I have no fucking idea what that is. And apparently that other picture there with a baby born with a full head of hair is the hairiest tot in the UK. Now that's one to make you smile. That's one to make you smile. And coming on here and letting steam off, talking to you guys, always gives me a smile. As I say, David and I were back at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're not going to script a programme today. Aye, I know Spank the Monkey, we're always disappointed when we don't get a boffin or a mad AI bot. You know, the mad AI bots, I love them and all. Or Asteroid to kill us all. I like the ones too. You know, as now David and I, as I say, we'll be back on at 4 o'clock. And we'll just have a laugh, folks. And we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. We'll answer your questions. Now, it means we'll be highlighting. We'll be actually paying all our attention onto the comments. And it's Young Reagan Elite's channel's second birthday today. So happy birthday to Reagan Elite's channel. And I mean today. His second year anniversary of YouTube is today. Whereas David and I is on Saturday, but we don't broadcast on Saturday. So like Reagan Elite, we'll be celebrating the 3 years of our channel today. So tune in to Reagan Elite later on the day, because no doubt he'll be having a wee party to celebrate. And I'll be tuning in as well. Although I'm going to have to go and unsubscribe, resubscribe and hit the bell notification button, because once again, I'm not getting notifications for Reagan Elite's channel anymore. Although I do believe it hasn't been putting out as much lately. And the lives anyway. But I might be wrong, as I say, because I'm not getting the notifications. So right after I end this broadcast, which will be in a few seconds, I'm going to nip out Reagan Elite. I'm going to unsubscribe, resubscribe and hit the bell notification button again, because I've been missing your stuff. Okay. You'll be live streaming tonight. Reagan, can you tell us the time, please, quickly? Because I need to wind this one up. Aye, it was the Cheltenham Gold Cup that allowed COVID to go mental. Yeah, you're not the only one with a good memory. Well done, Carol. Come on, Reagan, hurry up. What time you going live at? Get typing, young fella. I guess you missed that bit. Oh, here we go. He's going live at 8 p.m. tonight. Okie dokie. We'll see you at 8 p.m, Reagan Elite. There you have it, folks. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's programme. Wee bit ranty, wee bit angry. The new camera set up. You can't see Charlie Cat, unfortunately. He's lying right next to me on the table. But I hope the camera was clearer, and I hope I'm reliably informed that the sound is better. So we'll stick with this one for a bit as I try to work out how to change all the settings on the other camera. Alright, you guys have a cracking day. See you in 5 hours. Don't be late, or your ass will be on that side, the naughty step, which is much clearer for you to see. Have a nice day.